welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. So this is a little bit of Shamanism, an introduction to shamanic journeying by Anna Campos. Again, with names I don't know. So this little book, again, mostly all of these, as the title would suggest, it is a very brief interview into what shamanism is, and then it does have a couple little things to try at home and just some general information on what it is. I gave it a 3, and it's in the category. Like, it's not the worst thing, but it's also not great either. So this book, it spends a lot of the book, which again is a little book, but a lot of this book is dedicated to the conversation on cultural appropriation, which is weird because then she still uses the name shaman throughout. So it's like, if you're gonna really hone in on that, it feels a little weird to then also be talking about appropriation, but okay. So yeah, it has a very lot of that, but also only for specific groups, as most commonly happens when you look into the cultural appropriation topic. And the exercises are like, eh, and like the information is just also eh. And the thing is like, I haven't finished the book, but I'm working my way through it, and that is the Shamanic Temple of Witchcraft by Christopher Penczak. And it's weird to see such a condensed version of that book without the good parts. So it's like, it's a weird flash of like, huh, so Penczak actually really does know how to research his stuff, but also he actually is just a better writer and teacher. Like, this isn't bad, but it's not that great either. It's very, very brief, and again, it spends so much time just on the topic of cultural appropriation that it doesn't really get into the nitty-gritty of what is shamanism and like how to actually do it if you choose to do it. It doesn't have a whole lot. It's very, 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 very brief. And like, the exercises are like fine, but also they're very similar to ones that even in the first few chapters from STOW. So like, I don't know, I don't know. I didn't really like it. I think Penczak's book is actually better on the topic, so I would recommend this if you are just really needing a super brief, like, what is this thing? It gives you an idea, but if you're wanting to like actually start practicing and looking into like seriously looking into like how to actually do shamanism, then Penczak's book, again, it's the 3rd book in the series. So like, if you've been a witch for a while and you know your basics, you probably don't need to do the other ones, but like, at least read through them so you know what he's talking about. But the 3rd book in his series, which is the Temple of Witchcraft series, this one is the Shamanic Temple of Witchcraft, it goes over all of this stuff in a lot more detail, and it really walks you through it much more slowly. It's supposed to be done over a year, and if you live in I think he's in New Hampshire, that if you live near him, I feel like those states are so like that you could probably actually just travel there. But like, if you're in the area, he does actually teach this as a course, and I don't know how frequently it pops up, like if they do it every year and you can just like slowly work up, or if it's every few years. I don't know how they do things, but you can theoretically do it there. He doesn't offer it online. It's just, I think the first year only, maybe 2nd year. Some things are offered online, some aren't. But I think if you're really interested in the topic, I think I would lead you over to Penczak more than this book, because again, it is a dense book. It's a big book. I'm still working through it, but I think it's better for the topic of shamanism than this book, because this one, it's like they're similar exercises, yet Penczak has built you up on this like pathway of like getting there. It just feels like it's better paced and you're more prepared for these things, and also has way more information on it. I mean, it is a small book, so take that for what it's worth. But I think if you are really interested in the topic, go to Penczak instead. His book is definitely, I think, better on the topic. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.